2, 1, and we're off to the races.
You have it.
Hey, listen, man. If you want to make a new intro, you can make one.
All right.
Yeah, and stop talking.
I don't know. I
over
look
please.
forward to it every week when he says this intro.
Yeah,
He, like,
over
looks at
the
me as
intro so that everybody can hear him. So professional.
He like looks at me as if you guys aren't here, and he's like,
Yeah.
"This intro."
This intro says.
It's a great intro. What is your hassle with the intro, man?
It's like the central theme of the intro is donuts, and that's like that chapter is so over now, man.
We'll always have donuts, man.
Urine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day, when this is all over and we're dead and buried, that's what people will remember. They'll remember the donuts. Hold on.
Wow. This
Too much going on.
happening.
Stop, shut up.
I think this happened last week too, didn't it?
Yes.
I'm just making sure before I get Eli Portman
It's so exciting when that happens. I love it.
Before we get Eli Portman here, I want to make sure that our bubbles are working because we have had a bubble deficit
We sure have. We've been
for the past few weeks, and I just want to make sure that we're on the money with this one.
Oh,
Hey everybody, it's the Sleazegrinder Supershow. We're here to solve whatever crisis comes our way in this town. And with me, my name is Ken. You might know me as the legendary rock writer Sleazegrinder, and this, of course, is the last gang in town.
Can you not put this next to the thing, or everyone's going to hear that?
The TV edition. Of course, right there, it's Chris Heavy Necker Cardone. Right there, it's the Chachi to my fawns, Stacy DC.
Hello.
Right there, the producer of the show, my beautiful bride, Stacy Dawn. Today, out there in the foyer. Is that what it is? It's
Foyer.
I've heard it
Foyer.
called that by you guys a couple times.
Front lounge.
Ooh, the front lounge. Out there in the front lounge, we have artist Eli Portman. I went to... Stacy, you have his stuff there somewhere?
Yeah.
Can we show a little bit of it
Sure.
before we bring him on?
We got a clip, right? Let's show the clip.
Let's show a clip.
Let's show a clip.
Let's show a clip. Stacy, let's show a
Hang
clip.
on. Hang on.
All right, there we go. We're going to show you a little of Eli Portman's
This doesn't
beautiful
wanna-
art.
I'm just trying to...
I went to...
Where'd you go, Ken? Tell us where you went.
I went to a arts and crafts thing put on by Boston Hassel called Black Arts over there at the Elks Club. A month ago or so. And he was one of the guys that I met there. I bought some of his art. It's great. He makes landscapes, local landscapes, but he does it in a really weird, scratchy way. Stace, we got a phone call already?
Oh, I hope it's Barb.
I could use a compliment.
You could?
Not
Barb, is that
really
you?
good.
Hello?
Oh, you cutie pies.
Oh, it's
Hi,
Barb.
sweetie.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Barb.
How often do you tell these young ladies how pretty they are?
All the time, constantly.
I think we told him that last week, Barb.
I don't want.
I think we told him that last week, Barb.
I don't want to get their heads too big, Barb.
I'm on you now. I'm watching you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Barb. We're gonna.
I'm gonna watch you.
Okay. Thank you, Barb. There she goes. There goes Barbara, everybody.
There she goes. Hey,
Barbara.
Barb really
Loyal
is the
cat.
fifth member of the last gang in town.
Yep.
The edition.
She's the Pete Best of. It's a Beatles reference. All right.
You
So
settled in, pal?
I think so. So can we show a little of this character's artwork because I think it's really something.
Ellie's artwork.
Ellie. There he goes.
Holy
Oh,
smokes.
wait, Stace. Look. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Okay. There we
That was
go.
cool, though.
There we go. So that's an example of the kind of art he makes.
It's over by the Peru by station.
you can recognize these landscapes because they're pretty familiar if you're living in town. But of course, they're his very own interpretations of them. And here's what I personally can we show them on this?
Sure.
What I really like about his artwork, Chris.
Yeah.
There's two things at once that
Taking it in, you know.
that seem diametrically opposed to each other, but I think they're kind of like creepy, but also soothing at the same time, which is
I
that's
was
something
actually
to me.
just gonna say kind of the same thing. The building. Oh, it's not up there anymore. But the building that was the furthest to the right behind the lamppost.
Yeah.
As you climbed it, as you scaled the building with your eyes,
Yeah.
it really is soaked in that landscape there. The bricks went kind of larger to smaller to larger, but it was like a whole section. It wasn't like it was just like a larger rock. It almost looked like different parts of the building were like waving, and I noticed that in some other parts, and I think that kind of messed with my depth perception in a bit. I liked it because of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want to see another one, Stace? Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah, see more
You
of that.
can't tell if it's like a mythical place that you would like to go, or
Yeah.
a place you should be cautious.
Am I in a
venturing
nightmare,
into.
or am I about to?
Yeah,
have,
are you in a dream or a nice dream or a nightmare?
Yeah, exactly. So that's.
It kind of reminds me of something out of the. Who's the artist that did the BFG?
Oh, I don't
You know what I'm talking. Kind of looks like that. Kind of
does look like
scratchy,
that.
kind of innocent.
Before we bring this guy on, Chris Heavy Neck Cardone, how you been?
I've been all right, you know.
Okay,
Been
cool.
busy.
You've been busy. Okay. Got any highlights you wanna?
Next week, next Thursday, we're Heavy Neckers going on a tour. We're gonna go through New York. We're going to Albany, Rochester, possibly Buffalo. Still not even sure.
Upstate New
Brooklyn
York.
and Kingston.
Upstate New York and then downstate New York.
Yep.
Good for you. New York
Down
tour.
all the way around.
Yep. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just been kind of dealing with like preparation of that, and we have like 2 other similar runs that we're scheduling for next year. I've realized in the middle of this year that like we got to the point where like we played some gigs in July, and then we had this tour booked at the end of July that we went into like the beginning of August, which is when we released our 7-inch, and then after that we had like nothing, and I'm like, well, shit, now like what am I supposed to do? Like, hey, you want to play a gig next week? It's just like these things need to happen ahead of time, and I was doing that.
Yeah.
But like now I want to start doing it like literally like 4 months ahead of time. So then when we get there, I can be working on something that isn't immediate. I don't have to be freaking out. You know?
Right.
But it is a bit of a scramble to.
It's quick. This guy picks up real fast.
Heavy Necker is really on a roll. I think 2017 might really be your year.
We've already got 3 different tours in the first 4 months, like in the process of getting booked.
Unbelievable.
We might do a whole East Coast run with Black Pussy.
Fantastic.
We'll see what happens.
We will we'll barely see this guy next year. He's going to be so busy. Hey, everybody, look, we got a thank you card from the great Pat McLeod.
There you go.
Pat
Oh, he's on the
McLeod.
second.
Yeah, the Big Mac.
What?
McLeod.
McLeod. Pat McLeod.
Like an Irish amplifier.
Not McLeod. McLeod.
Funny man, Pat McLeod. Just a cheery little note.
You spelled the Stacy's right too. That's very impressive.
Not that
Senator
funny of a
Express.
card, though.
It's not that funny of a card, but
No, he's
it's.
just
He wasn't being funny with the
The
card.
act aside.
He's being
He
sincere.
was being sincere. Hi, Stacy.
It is weird when comedians are sincere. 'Cause
Hi,
you feel like
hi.
there's something contrived about
Right.
it.
There is.
Hi, Stacy. This Stacy. Hi, Stacy. This Stacy. And Ken. I want to thank you for having me as a guest on the Sleazegrinder Supershow. I had a great time. Thank you for having me on and helping me push my comedy career.
We sure did. We skyrocketed him into the.
I hope to
bright
see
future.
everyone real soon again. There you go. Beautiful. Thank you, Pat McLeod. And I hope that we see you again soon as well.
When's
I
the
hope to
last
meet you.
time you wrote a thank you card?
I don't know, but can I tell you something?
It's very classy to try to
Yeah.
think.
I feel
I'm getting into this. I
feel
started
It's our
writing
first
letters.
one.
It is our first
Our
one.
classiest guest.
I feel inspired by Pat McLeod's.
I think he thinks this is a legitimate resume builder, and that is the formal.
You go to a job and you're like, look, I wrote this thank you card one time.
The fact of the matter is, we help people's careers every week on this show. Does anybody ever thank us in a formal way like this?
No.
No.
Frankly, I'm pretty pissed about it.
Yeah. So pure class, that
I'll
guy.
be writing an FU letter to every other guest we've ever had on the show.
So would you do me a favor, Chris Heavy Necker Cardone?
Yeah, what up?
Would you mind going to get our guest,
Ellie, you mean?
Ellie?
The
I would-
Fantastic Arts we was looking
I have
at.
been
art.
calling him Eli. It turns
Ellie.
out his name is Ellie, but it confuses me because remember we had another Ellie in here
Yeah.
who also I thought was Eli. Turns out it was Ellie too.
Right.
Gave me a tattoo on my neck.
Oh, Falco.
Falco. Great tattoo artist.
Oh, for sure. I saw.
I want to get another one from him.
Isn't he?
You have to wait till he
in
circles
town,
the
though?
world.
I don't know if he's in town or not.
I see him posting all the time, like, "Hey, anybody want to hang out?" And I'm like, "We met that one time."
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
I never
sure.
do. I never do. Sorry, bud, if you're watching.
I've been thinking about getting a hand tattoo, and that's the guy I would get.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice, bright, floral.
that could be cool.
Yeah,
Flowers for
exactly.
men. That's what he's all about.
Yeah. Either that or
about
like
that?
either that or like a
Topless, like
No,
getting
no.
spanked nut or something.
No, like a roaring kind of like a roaring cheetah kind of face thing.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That way, you like when you punch somebody in the face.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like,
like that.
"Whoa, the wildcat
Yeah.
came to hunt."
Next step after the hand one is like the neck or something.
No, I don't like the neck, because the neck, I don't like anything constricting my neck.
Oh, so that's
Like-
the sacred area.
Yeah. I just like, I like to be free around the neck. And I have, so I don't want to go into childhood trauma, but I have reasons for wanting to, because my mom, Stace, what happened?
He's
my,
going into it. He's
I
going
know.
into it.
You can stop.
I
Nobody
was
needs to
in
know.
third grade, my mother bought me a
He
turtleneck
went into it.
Maybe this is self-soothing.
for September. You know, it's like when you buy new school clothes. My mom bought me a turtleneck, a green turtleneck,
Ken Jobs over here.
and it was too tight. It was too tight. I was a chubby kid. It was the wrong size. And she was like, but you're wearing it anyway. And I'm
In
like,
the art world, he would have been a hit.
First of all, number one, it's polyester, and I'm
Would've been a
itching
great
like
movie.
crazy. And secondly, it's strangling me. And then she's like, I don't care, you're wearing the turtleneck. So once a week, I was wearing this goddamn turtleneck, choking me, itching me. Oh, remind that dude that he's got to get behind the curtain on the way in. And now, Stace, I can't have anything around my neck
Yes.
except for Elvis. But otherwise, look at this. Look how deep this V is. Jesus Christ! And it's cold outside. That's what happened to me. I'm still not over the trauma.
Okay.
So that's why I can't get any tattoos on my neck.
There's got to be a pill for that.
There's probably a pill for
Just
that.
take a pill, all your neck fears go right away.
Yeah, like some kind of.
Maybe a juice, a pleasant juice drink.
Ooh, if it was a juice drink, well, then after
Crush
you.
the pill up into a juice.
And then
I
after,
feel like we've had this conversation before.
and then after you drink the juice, then you can wear turtlenecks again.
Yeah, turtleneck juice.
Turtleneck juice.
Having
yeah.
deja vu of this
I would-
conversation.
yeah, so turtleneck juice would be great. Do you ever rock a turtleneck? I don't think I've seen you with a turtleneck, have I?
Yeah, I mean, I have some shirts that go up, but they aren't like long sleeve because I think
Yeah.
having the sleeves and the neck covered is
Too
a little
much.
bit much.
Yeah. All right, listen. When we get this guy out here, do you think you're prepared with bubbles this time? You've had a.
I've
You've had a
never really
terrible-
been prepared.
Oh, really? So have you not operated this? Because historically,
figure it
Chris has
out.
operated this
I
particular
think it's
machine.
the on button, right?
Yeah.
There's really only one button. So.
I don't think I could blow it too
Okay.
bad.
All right, listen, everybody. As stated earlier,
That's what the business world is like.
behind this curtain we have fantastic local artist. One of my faves. By the way, I have one of his landscapes hanging on the wall in my office.
Say,
right
Ken,
now.
did you
That's
purchase
great.
that recently at a Boston Hassle event?
I did a Boston Hassle event called Black Arts over at the Elks Lodge. And by the way, I think they will have another one in December. And I'm saying right now that let's make a date to go because it was great.
Let's absolutely do that. Let's make a segment where we go to the art show.
We'll go to the art show.
Ken and Chris go to the
It's
art show.
so crowded in there, it'll be intense, but we'll do it.
We'll make it work, man.
We'll make
Is there
it
any
work.
secret to this thing, or just
Why is there no bubbles
You
coming
might
up?
want to tilt it so the bubble
gotta tilt it
puddle
so
gets in the.
So it's gotta
You gotta lift it
see
up
the
and.
bubble. Hey, Ellie, we're gonna let you out as soon as the bubbles start coming out of the bubble machine. Don't worry, pal.
don't worry, they're coming right out.
Maybe more fluid.
Maybe should we put more fluid in there? I just
there
want to
you
make
go,
sure.
here we go.
Do we have adequate?
Prime time,
Now you
let's
gotta
do
lift
it.
up. You gotta
Okay,
lift
hold
it up
on.
so they cascade.
Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah. So you ready?
Yeah, you
ready to do
ready.
this? Here he is, everybody. Local
Exit
artist.
through the middle.
Boom.
Ellie Portman. There you go. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Feels like a fifth grade science fair in here.
Hey, it's at least 6th grade level.
Oh, these bubbles are
Wow.
incredible. I really
They're
miss these.
They're really popping.
Jeez.
Oh.
All right, thank you. You can keep it going if you
You having fun
want.
over there?
She really likes that.
Since it's noisy.
Give me a blast.
Oh, you want a blast?
I would love
Yeah, give him a blast.
There you go.
Oh,
we go.
no,
I might be
there we go.
blinded. I can't make make art. I'm blind.
I
but-
can't really do the blast.
What other public access show do you see local artists getting bubble blasted in the
Operated for
face?
so long, you know.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Blast you on the way
Well,
out.
there you go. That was a pretty good intro, right?
I thought it was solid.
Did you notice the smoke?
I did notice the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure I couldn't breathe, but brought my inhaler, so we're all good.
Still little puffs coming out, Stace. Look at
There
that.
is.
What's up with
Yeah.
that?
What if we gave him an asthma attack?
Oh, I didn't. Did I give you an asthma attack? I'm sorry.
No,
Is it
well,
possible?
I felt under attack, but it wasn't asthma. So.
I guess I've repeated myself 3 times. This guy, I like his art, so we're going to talk
Yeah.
about it.
I appreciate it.
He was just teaching 10-year-olds how to make comic books.
Trying.
Trying, yeah. Give me your best and worst characters that your
That the kids have given. Oh
elementary
boy,
school
there's all
students
sorts. Today there's a lot of talk about burritos. Kids wanting to draw just burritos.
Just burritos as characters, or they just wanted to draw burritos?
You better ask them, honestly. I could go either way with that one.
Do you think that's inspired by like parent meme stuff?
Parent
Their
meme?
parents are really into lame burrito memes.
Yeah.
It could
It's
be.
got to be coming from there, right?
Probably.
Or just dinner at Chipotle last.
Bad dad humor, probably.
Burritos, pizza,
Bad
and bacon are all on that like plane where it's like cool to like them or something.
Yeah.
I,
to like
I
them?
honestly don't get it.
Right.
I don't like it.
Burritos.
And you're racist.
Yeah, you're right though.
Burritos,
Pizza.
bacon,
And
pizza.
and pizza.
All right.
I haven't heard a lot
It's
about
like-
bacon.
But those are all foods you can just shove in your mouth and it feels good.
Yeah.
What about ice cream? Nobody's joking about ice cream.
Ooh, keep that cold.
There's no memes about ice cream.
You can be the first.
I could start it. We could make this a thing. Oh, we're getting another caller. If this is Barb, I swear. I swear.
Go ahead, Stacey. You can.
Okay.
All right.
Barb, is that you?
Of course it is.
Barb, when are you
Barb,
gonna
we
come
got
down
a
here and
show
give me
to
a
do.
kiss?
Yeah, Barbara,
Aaron, I got a question for this young boy beside you.
this one?
Hit me.
This young boy with the hat on. Are you Jewish?
How could you tell?
The answer might shock you.
Favorite. You guys are my favorite. I love the Jews.
You know what? I like them too. Barbara, I'm with you.
I'm a fan.
I
Personally, I'm a
like
fan.
them.
My Jesus is Jewish too.
That's true. That's what I hear. All right.
That's great, Barb.
All right.
Thanks for
So
sharing.
pretty.
All right. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Love her hat.
Yeah.
And this redhead here, he's so handsome. Look at that look he's giving the. Look at the look he's giving the camera.
All right. Thank you, Barbara. We have to continue with this guy here. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
All right, there she
Best
goes.
moment of
There
my
goes.
life. Thank
There
you.
goes
Yeah,
Barbara.
yeah.
was-
Barb is a sweetheart.
I'm proud.
Yeah, she's the 5th member.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We pay her to do that.
Good money well spent.
It's nice when the Jews get a thumbs up, Stace, right?
Sure.
I'm proud of it.
We'll
Yeah.
take every thumbs up we can get.
Yeah,
Straight
absolutely.
up. Hell yeah.
Well, no, I'm not Jewish, but I will give you that.
That's okay. I've inducted you into the tribe.
Oh wow.
Ellie, let's talk about your art. Now, what you do is you create landscapes,
Mostly.
mostly landscapes.
People are hard to draw.
Right. Wait, is that why you do landscapes?
I put people in my landscapes mostly to push a feeling or an idea forward or
Yeah.
to put a viewer in the scene.
Yeah.
But I mostly focus on environments, and so landscapes are good for that. Landscapes, objects.
Let's show some more of this this cat's art,
All right,
Stace.
let's bring up a clip.
Let's bring something up, and we'll talk about it. I'm a huge fan of this guy's. Put that up, Stace. This is the one that I have.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a popular
this
one.
one's a
This is-
beauty.
this
The
is the one
original
that's in my
sold for
office.
a couple $100 actually.
Really?
Yeah. At a show at the Tufts Health Plan in Watertown.
Wait, so Ken?
There it is.
Ken doesn't have the original.
No, I don't have the original.
The
I have-
original's actually about as big as that screen. Like maybe
Wow,
a little
okay.
bigger. Yeah, so 22 by 30.
So many
Fancy.
straight lines. Is that a thing for you? Straight lines?
I was always very sloppy. I always used to
Yeah.
paint very sloppy, and so I worked with this tool that forces me to work a lot more focused. So they're not as straight as they look. They're just a lot of little sloppy lines that all kind of go in the same direction.
Yeah.
So it's good for creating the impression of like movement. You know, if you want to draw a scene where things really feel alive, using a lot of little lines all over the place really makes it feel like so ants crawling all over the place. It's like a lot of little lines all over.
It really does have a crawling ant.
Crawling in.
Do you feel like an obligation as an artist at some point in your career to sort of choose a certain aesthetic to create a brand, or is that just
Choose a certain
something I tried to do at Dr. Sketchy's one time?
Gotcha. It's something that kind of comes over time, you know, like my work could change, my interest could change.
Yeah.
But for now, it actually does a lot to separate me from a lot of the pack. You know, my
let's look at this
style
one.
and my imagery and, you know, that for example, that one, which I assume we're to show is a bridge in Newton that is an old train bridge. I think the train line's now defunct.
Look at that.
So obviously I made it a little bit more bright. It was actually a very cloudy day. It was hard
Yeah.
to get good pictures. But so that took a long time. That was I think, my longest drawing to date. And so I'm drawn to this imagery because I'm drawn to memory. And Boston's changing a lot right now, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I do a lot of scenes that kind of call upon the way that we, you know, the things that are still here and how they stay and where they end up. You know, this was, you know, once a very heavily used bridge,
Yeah.
you know, just over a chunk of river by the highway.
So let me ask you this about your process. So are you there when you're drawing it, or you just take a picture of it, or?
It's a good question. So ideally, I like to draw on site because it really feels like if you're drawing later, you're just capturing the feeling you had in person.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do on site because a lot of these are really big, and I can't sit there for hours. It gets dark. It gets cold.
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes I'll start them on site and I'll take pictures and finish it later. If that way, I still kind of carry the feeling forward because the drawing has to feel something,
Yeah.
So it helps to have that on site. Like I've sat by the ocean. I've sat on old roofs and buildings. So I've kind of been all over, and that's part of the adventure, just finding these places and being in them.
Do you have to finish in one sitting, or can you go back later?
If I could, I would.
Yeah.
But it usually takes too long. Some of these take 30, 40 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just don't have the time. If I could, honestly, that would be ideal for me.
So you're telling me one of your drawings, 30 or 40 hours worth of work.
The print of the one that you have,
Yeah.
that one you showed before, that took probably about 40, 45 hours. So it's an alley along the pike near Fenway. So I took some pictures.
So you don't keep going back?
To the same images?
Yeah, to the same place.
No.
For 40 hours.
I did once, but it's kind of hard because some places there aren't even good places to sit. I really have to sit with a desk.
Yeah.
So the tool that I use is very fickle. And if I have my arm all over the place, it'll look weird. Every segment will look strange.
Describe to me what it looks like when you're out there.
I think it looks pretty amazing.
Yeah. No, but I mean,
Do you have a
do
big
you bring
pack
like
of
a
snacks, maybe a hammock to rest?
I usually bring,
Dunkaroos or anything?
bug repellent or Dunkaroos. Oh, I just had a flashback to elementary school.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like your last piece, because if I was going to be sitting somewhere for that long,
that's what you would bring? You would bring Dunkaroos?
Hell yeah, man, that'd be my medium and my snack.
That is a good question. We'll get back to We'll get back to how you're
more important.
Exactly. We'll get back to what you bring, but I would like to know what the best snack is for making scratchy landscape drawings.
Something like trail mix, because you want to. If you have stomach hurting, you can't draw very well. So something that like you can shove in your mouth and not have to think too much about.
Yeah.
It can give you a lot of energy. Spare ribs.
That
Solid.
would be a great thing to
You
bring.
got your. What, you hungry? You should get dinner later.
Barb, he's moving in on me.
You would love that.
She really would.
So you're saying you bring some trail mix with you, right?
I like your taste in food. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, something that you
What do you like to
eat
drink?
between breaks? Just water.
Okay, no coffee? You don't want to get too amped up.
Drawing.
Man,
Coffee's
really
staying to me
does have an
good,
artist
but
diet.
the other day I was working on a drawing, and like in between, during a break, I was using my phone for images to work from, and in between I took a break and ate pancakes, and I had syrup on my arm, so I kept putting my arm down and getting like sticky on the paper.
Oh, no.
So I had to I couldn't get rid of it, so I had to go in the shower and stick my arm in.
Yeah, right. Honestly, that's the one bad thing about. I'm telling you, there is one bad thing about pancakes, and that's it. Everything else about pancakes is great. It's the syrup gets sticky.
You can choose not to do the syrup, but then what's the point of the pancakes?
Can I tell you something to try right now?
Yeah.
Actually,
Ooh,
two things.
so you have a tip.
Yeah. Two things here.
Everybody, pay attention, because this could be a life changer. Because the one thing, because here's what I don't even understand about when you're eating pancakes, right? So you're using a fork, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The your hand is on the fork the whole time. Somehow or another, the handle of the fork gets sticky. How is that even possible?
But if you're using the instrument as intended, the point is to only touch the pancake
I
/ plate
know.
with the fork.
Many philosophers have meditated on that question.
It's crazy.
Okay, but
It's too
anyway.
much going. If you committed to one pour and you got it right in one pour, we wouldn't have this issue.
Oh, really? You're saying it's the multiple
Too
pours?
much back and forth, man, between the handling of the different.
sloppy.
It's very difficult to figure out how much to pour at the beginning of this thing. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
it depends
We're not
on the
perfect beings.
pancake,
You're asking a
really.
lot from us.
Yeah,
mortals.
exactly.
Okay, two things about
Stacy's
pancakes.
from Vermont, so she thinks she knows how to pour
Seems
pancakes.
like I have a little more insight than you do.
you
Maybe a little bit.
You might. All right, go ahead. Tell us what you know.
Instead of using...
Wait a minute. We're taking a break in like 2 minutes. Should we make it a cliffhanger?
I can open and close this thought in like 45 seconds if you let me.
All right. All right. I just thought it might make a good.
Okay, all right. Instead of
Before we
maple
come back.
syrup, try using those like maple candies on pancakes.
Oh my
If you
God!
put
Is that
them
your
on-
idea?
Terrible.
They're hot and they melt, and
candies.
it's actually great. It's fantastic.
Have you done
also,
that? Is that
add
a
mashed
method
up
acid
sweet potato
ideas?
to pancake mix, and it's awesome.
Wait a minute.
Sweet potato.
Yeah.
You're saying
Wait, sweet potato pancake?
Yeah. So
Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Maybe we could try that on Friday.
Is this something that Linda's doing
This is
for you?
something that I've done.
That you've done?
Yeah, I had
You've
like
taken-
leftover sweet potatoes from Thanksgiving last
and
year.
you said to
I
yourself-
put them in pancake mix.
Wow.
And I'm like, let's see if this works, and it worked magnificently.
Recycling at its best.
It's been a signature ever since.
So it gives it a little texture.
It gives it yes, but it also gives it a phenomenal flavor.
Yeah. Wow. This show could be about pancakes every week, Stace. It's not going to be.
I'm hungry.
so
A lot of talk of food tonight.
But I'm telling you, right now, that I could talk about pancakes every week.
Listen, bud, you throw a stack of pancakes, some sweet potatoes, some maple candy, some spare ribs, and some Dunkaroos, you'll see this guy turn
But
into a beast.
I mean, honestly, you are
Five major food groups.
Oh, yeah.
Like what are we talking about? It's maple as far as maple candy goes. Like
You
what?
know what I'm talking
You know
about.
those like maple leaf candies that are just
Oh, the maple
pure
leaf
sugar?
things? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Those
all
are
right.
great.
I
Yeah,
thought
they
he
are
was talking about
delicious.
like a hard candy.
Well, it
was
is
maple
hard
flavored
until you
that
let
you
it
would-
melt.
Yeah, of course.
It's like
but
the
a hard
consistency
candy.
of like compact
Yeah,
brown
exactly.
sugar.
It's like that's
This
like
is complicated to me.
yeah. I mean, it's not a hard candy. It's a soft candy. Like if you can poke it when it's
Yeah.
Let's see this one, Stace.
We're always
Use
sidetracked
these
by
maple
food,
candies in the
sorry.
same way you would use like a slice of a stick of butter. You put it on there, and then it like grabs.
Wow, look at that one. Is that a crazy motorcycle?
It's a motorcycle I found on a beach in Charlestown.
Holy smokes, that's cool.
That one took a long time. That one
Oh my
also is
God.
about the size, poster board size.
I mean, it's kind of like,
Thank you.
it reminds me of Magical School Bus. Like, you can really enter a world that
Oh, yeah.
is this.
When they go inside Arnold's stomach,
Yeah.
it's all gross.
Like, it seems like a whole universe is
All right,
happening.
everybody, hold that thought. We are coming back in 3 minutes, and we're going to talk about more about this crazy art of Eli Portman. So stay tuned, everybody. We're back. Yeah, it's Lily, pal.
Oh, I
okay.
know that. I know
Hey.
that was.
We're back on the air.
Oh, hey everybody!
Woo!
Our regular engineer's not here tonight, so the boss is switching for us, and it looks great.
be
Lily,
the
it
boss.
looks great.
Christine is here tonight.
Huh? What?
Sorry.
Anyway,
Joke, I guess.
where were we? We were talking about. Here's what I want to know. So when you're there, making your pictures, you're outside on location.
Okay.
So you got like a canvas up there. You're like an easel kind of thing.
I mostly work on paper, and it really has to lie flat because it's hard to hold a pen like this. Well, so
Okay.
to answer your previous question, bug repellent is also good, and snacks and
Yeah.
water.
Right.
If I have a little stool, that's always good.
A little stool. That's what I was wondering. If you're standing up. Or you're
Yeah,
sitting
or a
down.
rock or something because your legs get cramped and then
Yeah.
it's not comfortable.
Okay.
So it's that's why it's hard to do.
Yeah.
So I usually just start out. You get the placement, right? You know, I sit somewhere, and I usually have like some sort of either a book or something, and I kind of slide the paper across because it's hard
Yeah.
to bring like a whole thing with me. Some of the
Right.
places are hard to get to.
Okay.
So I usually start with one side and I work my way across. But if I'm really working on site, like I did one recently where I was in Post Office Square and it was downtown at night in the rain. So
Yeah.
I had to sit under like an awning outside of a bank.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a ton of space to move my arms because if I was outside the awning, the drawing was going to get wet.
Right.
Which it did, and a couple of the inks that
Yeah.
dripped a little bit. So I kind of balanced it on my knee.
Yeah.
And just got the general scene, all of the placement without the detail, because that
Yeah.
can come later. So I drew the road and I drew the buildings and I drew all the basic stuff, and I did that in like 2 hours, and then I went home and did the rest over like a week.
Okay. All right. Good. Oh, look, there's another one.
That's the one.
That's the one you were
That's
talking
the
about.
one.
Oh,
Post
that's
Office
over by
Square.
the-
That's it.
Stace, you're good.
You're good. Wow. That's impressive.
Wait, is that over by the
Maybe
Holocaust
Ellie's really good because she looked at it. She's like, "That's the place."
Near, not quite.
Right.
Further up the hill, closer to Chinatown.
Yeah.
So the
Oh,
whole
yeah, I
part
know
with
where
the
you are.
sky, that's all individual dark lines. I filled that whole thing in with crisscross lines. So that all comes later. I just did the lamppost, I did the trees, I outlined the road, outlined
Yeah.
the buildings, and then all the detail can come later.
Good stuff.
So when you were out, when you were doing that particular one, or in general, were you looking for something? Were you walking around with paper, or did that just particular?
Yeah.
thing
Do you
speak
have
to
like
and-
days where you're just scouting
I
locations?
try to do like photo days or art days. It's hard to
right.
do because time's limited.
Yeah.
And it really takes like a whole day because if you lose the sunlight, you're already done. So you
Yeah.
got to leave early. So I try to. I try to do one or two a month at least.
Yeah.
And then I take enough photos that I can do some on site, and I have the rest that'll last me a couple more drawings.
Right.
I have tons. I have thousands of photos. So.
Yeah. So you probably have. Do you have a big list of like things you want to do?
I have a working list. Actually, last week I hadn't done it in a while, so I biked to Lynn, and that
Yeah.
took like 15 miles. So I took pictures along the way. I had my camera. I keep it in this record hard box.
Yeah.
Filled it with scarves to keep it safe, and I popped it out every couple miles and took more pictures at interesting sites and worked my way across.
Nice. What
You
happens
find
when?
some good scenery in Lynn?
Not as much as I would have thought. There was some interesting places, but I didn't have a ton of time, and I wanted to catch the bus back. So by the time I got there, most of my pictures were on the way. I found this beautiful like marsh just by the highway that was just empty, grassland, little islands and trees. So I took some pictures there. Got some of some boats along a river, like some tugboats. So, and then I ended up by Nahant, I think it's called, out by the ocean. So I took some pictures along the ocean there. Some of the
Beautiful
houses.
area around there.
It was great. I didn't even know what I was. I just knew the name, and I knew Google Maps, and I had nothing else. I didn't have any really other ideas.
Wait, so you rode your bike to Nahant?
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess if you got the Lynn, you're already like
Right, almost there. I got to Lynn, and to be honest, I didn't find as much as I was looking for, so I just kept going.
You know what? Next time you go to Lynn, go to this place called Wyoma Square.
Okay.
That's a popular place. A lot
Everybody
of people
can move over?
recognize it.
Okay.
Hold on, everybody.
If you guys can just move a little bit so that everybody's in the shot.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be
Oh, nice.
Here we are.
Beautiful.
Do you feel like you're?
Paul? Is that Barb again? I don't know.
We can't keep answering.
Do
Sorry,
you feel
Barb.
like the pictures you take that inspire your future, art are like in line sort of with maybe something you're going through? Do you have themes that sort of weave in and out? Or
Yeah, what is it that
are they all
attracts you to
similar
something?
across?
Well,
time?
they're not necessarily similar intentionally, but I'm drawn to similar imagery. So they do fit together. I do have a couple series where I work with repeated scenes or imagery.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I tend to be drawn to similar things. So I have a couple of boat ones because I'm drawn to ocean scenes, and then I have
Yeah.
a couple of city ones that are kind of similar because I'm, I like... I don't know exactly how to call it, but I like a harmony with nature when your plant's growing out of bricks.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
draw a lot of scenes like that, so those all feel similar. It's not really intentional.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of what I'm drawn to.
A harmony of nature.
Or lack thereof, I suppose. I think there's a balance.
It seems like something growing through brick would be more of a conflict.
I guess it depends how you look at it.
Yeah, that's art,
From a
isn't
different
it?
perspective.
That's exactly right.
Doesn't matter about lines for that one.
Right.
No.
No.
So listen. I mean,
Should we go there?
Yeah. So let's talk about.
Barb, you should call now. Now's the time to call.
Let's talk about where people buy your art.
So I have a space at the Out of the Blue Gallery, which is right across the street, 541 Mass Ave.
It's right across the street from here, State.
Easy.
If you left this studio right here,
Yes.
be
and
there
you
in 30
walked across the street, you'd be at the McDonald's. But then if you took,
More convenient place.
Which is
took a
almost as
left.
good, in my opinion.
if you took a left and went one block, where the old, used to be old Blockbuster back in the day.
We found the sign on the roof.
Really? Yeah. The signs up on the roof.
We found it.
Oh wow, cool.
Okay.
Then you will get to the Out of the Blue Gallery, and when you are there, if you look on the wall, if you're lucky, you'll see this man's pictures.
Maybe me there too.
And maybe there, so you're there too.
I try to be. My hours are limited, but I'm trying to be there through the holiday season every day from 2 to 6. So
Wow.
it's a good
So
time to stop
you're
in.
telling me every 2 to 6 during the week, Monday
Yep.
through Friday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m.
You can find me.
You can find this guy.
You can
right
ask
here.
me as many questions as you like.
You can ask him all about how many lines are in his drawing. He's not going to judge you.
All the
He's just gonna
You
try
could
to
ask
answer.
him that.
Yeah, you could if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
You could ask him what kind of snacks he likes to eat when he's drawing the pictures.
Barb, stop calling.
I'll bring some snacks for you.
Do you? Let me ask you this.
I hope it's fair.
Let me ask you this. Do you
Yes.
ever think like, oh, I'm sitting here, maybe I'll draw like what's happening in the Out of the Blue Gallery right now?
I feel like a lot of my imagery, once I've drawn a scene, I
Yeah.
can't really do it again. So I
Okay.
feel like I must have done it once a long time ago,
Yeah.
and now it no longer calls to me.
Yeah.
But I've done ones on various corners in the area.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not too repetitive or it's done from a different angle.
Do you, mostly you're known mostly for landscapes. Tell me about portraiture. Like if somebody wanted an Eli Portman portrait, would you do it?
So it's hard because people have approached me, but it's not my forte, and because I come from a comic book sort of background. We're talking
Yeah.
about I teach kids like comic book art,
Yeah.
so my style draws upon that. But people don't usually look for comic book portraits of themselves. If they
Right.
did, I'd be right up your alley.
Yeah.
But it's not really. I'm not great at drawing like pure realism, and that's
Okay.
usually what people go for.
So you used to, before the landscapes, there was comic books?
That's what I grew up on as a
Okay.
kid. That's like my early inspiration
And
for
that's
art.
like when you first started to draw, I guess.
Yeah.
You would look at your favorite comic books and then you would try to draw
A
them?
lot of drawing in class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
a lot of that.
All right.
So yeah, and I just make my own, and then that kind of over time progressed into something a little more serious.
What kind of comic books are we talking about?
All sorts, superhero, Archie.
Yeah.
I didn't have much, but whatever I could get my hands on.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
Oh God, it's so terrible. I had a soft spot for the Sonic the Hedgehog comic books.
wow.
They're so bad, and I love them so much.
It's fine. Like, whatever it takes.
Is it because he's so fast?
It's because he's so fast.
He's just so damn fast.
Fastest name
So
alive.
how I've never seen the comic book. How would they show how fast he was? Just those lines behind him?
Yeah, it doesn't translate very well from
Like
video game
It's
to
not about
paper.
lines, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would draw his legs in like a loop, so it just
Yeah.
looked like he was running with circle
yeah.
legs. There was
Yeah.
no actual feet.
Like his legs were wheels or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were moving so fast.
That would be scary.
Wow. That's
It is a
fantastic.
common thing they have kids do, like to tell a certain story, like in history or something. You have to create a comic, and you're like, this is way more work than just.
It's a lot of work, but
story.
it's for a lot of, especially for kids. If you want to teach them a little bit differently, and they're drawn to visual art, you can come up with some really interesting lessons that draw the kids in that would normally not like it.
Yeah.
It can actually work really well. A lot of teachers do interesting things where draw a picture of this or that, and it draws in kids who would be bored.
Yeah.
Which could actually be really great.
Let me ask you a
yeah, of
question.
course.
We are, of course, here, Stacy, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. His gallery is over there at Out of the Blue, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm wondering, Ellie,
Yes.
if you have done any landscapes here in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
I did one next door from the roof of the H Mart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it sold a while ago, but that's
Yeah.
the only one I've done here in Central.
From the roof of the H Mart.
Did you
Yeah.
ask for permission? Or
How'd you get up to the roof of the H Mart?
I just went on up.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get up there?
It was stairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating until you realize it doesn't take somebody to get up there until you want to get up there.
Yeah. I'd like to get up there.
People don't
Let's
think
get
about
up
it.
there, bud.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Live.
Get, do you ever get caught and then you're like, listen, I'm just trying to make this beautiful art. Does that work?
I don't think they really want to bother me up there.
I've done that one time.
Yeah.
Me and my buds were like, hey, we never played this gazebo before. You want to play there tonight? And we're like, all right, yeah, sure.
no,
So we
it's
just
fine.
set up and started playing in this gazebo, and the cops came and they're like, can't do this. And we're like, why
don't
not?
you like music?
Yeah, we're like, why not? People do this other days.
All the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, people
For
are
me,
worried about
it's
that
just
stuff.
smoking reefer. I have no good excuse.
That's okay.
There's many reasons to be on top of roofs and
They're pretty at night.
Yeah.
The city looks really nice at night.
It's a whole different perspective.
Yes. It's special. I enjoy it.
People look like
Remember that
ants.
summer I was
Yeah.
sneaking up onto roofs all the time?
Yeah.
It was a glorious summer.
Yeah.
It's actually awesome how many roofs you can just get up on.
If you want to, you can. There's probably plenty of roofs. But it feels like the thing with roofs, really, is that it seems like and it doesn't even matter what roof. It seems like you just need to ask permission to go up to the roof.
Yeah, most places
Is there
don't
any?
care.
There's never been a time in my life because even you're
Probably
talking
because
about
they say no because liability.
when you're going on the roof. You're talking about sneaking up on the roof, right? So everybody feels like they need permission to be on a roof.
Roof's just like the ground,
It is just like the ground, just higher up.
but up. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I say if you want to be on a roof, just go on a roof.
Right.
What difference does it make?
I would feel no remorse. at the
Unless you
very
have a
least.
doomsday device, I'm gonna say keep that off the roof.
I tried to.
I think they function on the ground too.
Well, yeah, but the roof gives you more access for further doom.
I tried to get on my own roof
Dark.
not too long ago.
Get on your own roof?
Yeah.
You should definitely be
Please
able to
tell
get
me
up
you
there.
didn't succeed.
I didn't succeed because
Good.
my neighbor has.
No, it's easy to get on the roof. It's not, but we don't have. You just take stairs and come out a door. It's not like you have
Yeah,
to climb.
you don't have to
up
climb.
there
Not some
on the
Spider-Man
outside.
nonsense thing.
But the
problem.
neighbor has the combination to get on the roof, and she wouldn't give it to us.
No, well, here's the thing: is we live on the first floor and we don't have roof rights.
But do you want me and Stacey to come over and rough your neighbor up?
No, she's. Oh, that's right. We
Stacey
got a
and I
new
will
neighbor.
come over. We'll rough her up.
How much are roof rights? I mean, does she
No,
have her own
it's how much-
set?
if you
live
own
on
a
the second
second
floor,
you have roof rights.
then you have, like,
because
you have roof
have-
rights.
You have
Oh, your place has a roof deck.
equipment. No, there's no roof deck. There's just people with their HVACs and stuff
Yeah.
on the roof if you're a second floor.
Yeah.
Hey, you get Keith to bring you up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's his line of work.
Well, listen, we got a new neighbor, so I'm just gonna buddy up to that guy, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, man, can I get up on the roof?
Hell yeah, that's the way I do it. Work around
No,
the
I'll go
obstacle.
up there
Don't
and I'll
actually
just-
face it.
I'll throw stuff off the roof.
No, you won't throw stuff.
I mean, it would be
Throw
really
that other
great.
person's junk off the
There's
roof.
probably
Yeah.
a lovely view up there.
Along with the roof rights.
Awesome for summer barbecues. I mean,
yeah.
you gotta get
No,
up on
you
the roof.
can't
man.
do that.
I can't.
No, you can't barbecue.
No, no.
on the roof.
Well,
I
you
mean, you
shouldn't.
can.
You're
exactly.
not supposed to.
You can get
definitely
fined by the
can.
fire department, so no, you cannot.
I'm thinking that both Stace and
They have
I need
bigger
to come
fish
over
to
and rough
fry.
up your neighbor.
Yeah.
Actually, you don't need a grill if it's hot enough and
It's
you have
if
like a
it's hot
And
pot.
light your roof on fire, apparently.
Yeah, you just.
Well, fry eggs. No fire required.
Sorry, Stace. I'm not gonna.
I know you're not.
I'm
Why
not
don't
gonna
you
fry
make
anything
burgers
up
in your
there.
place and then go up and eat them on the roof?
But I would like to lie up there in a prone position on my own roof.
Get prone.
We could get a Roku going up there. Oh my god.
Gotta just lie up there, man. You
I'm
know.
actually partial to Apple TV, but whatever.
There's so
I got
many
both.
things for us up there on that roof.
There's a lot of passion about roofs here today.
Yeah. But I saw this.
I am lit up.
I saw this
She's on one.
photograph of a polar bear, right?
The roof?
On a
No,
roof?
no roof.
That's the roof I want to be on.
But he was lying like on a tundra,
Right.
right? He's just like lying there, spread out.
Is this
on
going to
his-
be another
snow.
global warming thing? Because no,
It's got nothing to do. No, it's got nothing to do with global warming. What I'm saying, because he's top of the food chain. That's what I'm saying. So he's just lying out there.
Right.
not a care in the
Seal comes
world.
next to him, he just eats them.
Yeah, exactly. Anything shows up, he'll
That's
eat
his
it.
Dunkaroos.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
Oh, I gotcha.
like I would feel that way if I was up on my roof. I'd just lie there. I mean, who's top of the food chain up here?
Yeah, you get a beanbag.
Get
It's
up there,
incredible.
get prone.
Yeah.
Have a night.
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't explored this option. sooner.
I've tried,
It
man,
would
and I
have been
got
the first thing I did when I
denied.
moved
I'm
in.
inspired. I'm inspired right now.
Stacy thought it was a bad idea. I wanted to get up there, and then I got denied. So
Man,
what can I do?
I gotta be honest. Now
not
I'm
your
thinking about all the
property.
places I want to get prone at.
Yeah. It's great, man. Just like, get there lie. You can't lie in the middle of the street like that, but you can lie on your,
Well, you can.
your roof. You can, but
Don't
then,
let them tell you what to
Probably
do.
get hit by a car.
exactly, you're
Yeah,
not.
just
if
for
you-
3
Down
seconds.
here, that's what I'm saying. Down here, you're not top of the food chain because you'll get run over by a car
Right.
or a bus. Up there,
Cars aren't food.
yeah. That's all. You got to see this photograph of the polar bear. It's very inspirational.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
Because nobody eats a polar bear. Nobody.
But
You can be
people
the
do
first.
kill
Not even people. People don't even eat polar. If you want to eat a polar bear, go ahead and try. See what happens.
Yeah, but they do kill
It's not
them.
going to end well.
I don't think they
You
kill
guys
polar
want to eat
bears.
a lot of things.
They're a serious safety issue in like places that have their population.
Polar bears?
Yeah.
But there's no people where there are polar bears.
Yeah, there are. There are parts of Alaska that they have to literally kill polar bears.
No, they have
because
like
pose a-
grizzlies, but
why
they have
did you
like
go there?
grizzlies in Alaska. I don't think they have polar bears. Polar bears live in Antarctica.
There's
Stace, am I
polar bears
right?
in Alaska.
Stace, am I right about polar
Definitely
bears?
polar bears in
I
Alaska.
don't think there are.
I'm
I
not
think
a
there's
polar
like
bear expert.
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
they
there's
have.
polar bears in Alaska.
Yeah, they have
polar
like
bears
black
in
bears
Alaska.
in Alaska. When's the last time you were in Alaska, man?
Hey man, I've
When's the
seen
last-
documentaries where it happens.
Oh, really?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, planet Earth.
Yeah,
Okay.
planet Earth.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to this guy's drawing.
Next guest is a polar bear, right?
So
Oh, yes. Sorry.
let's talk about. Remember that show. Black Art's not a show. The event,
Black
the
Market.
Black Market.
Yeah, once every 2 months.
Super crowded in there, right?
It was crazy. They've done it in other places. So they sometimes do it at the Cambridge Community Center,
Okay.
which is like a little bit more open, like a gym. I've done it a couple of times. So that space is crowded. It's small, but it's really nice. It's got a good feel to it.
Yeah, but it's jammed.
It's tight.
It's jammed.
A lot of people come to that.
A lot of people do come to that.
What's the
That's how it
process
got
for
jammed.
getting on these events? Do you have to reach out to them? Do they reach out to you?
I'm on a lot of
how
email
hard is
lists.
it to be an artist in Cambridge?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good question. So part of the thing with like all the different neighborhoods of Boston is none of the art groups talk to each other. Boston's always been very like historically segregated,
Yeah.
and so you all these art.
Well, yeah, it has in all the
And it
ways.
still is. So all these art groups kind of sprung up, and they don't talk to each other. So you have all these different places, and you have to get in touch with every single one individually, which
Yeah.
is a little bit of a pain in the butt. But I'm on a lot of mailing lists with that one. Once you've been there, they have websites. I shoot an application, and now I get an email every time they do one.
Right.
So
Plus, you also, you have to do a lot of sort of, schmoozing and, that kind of thing. And
yeah, make connections, meet people,
connections,
do a lot of
yeah.
shows.
Be nice to
What
people.
are some of the best shows for you?
It's a good question. So I've done a lot of different things. Like people don't really. I combine a lot of different things for my art stuff. So I've done like live demonstrations here and there. I do like open studios. I've done art markets like the SOA
Yeah.
Fair and the Boston Hassle. I've done gallery receptions. So I kind of do a lot of different things, and you catch a lot of different people with different interests at those.
Yeah.
Because my work can fit into a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's illustrative. I've done some murals. I have the fine art end. So between all of that, I cater to a lot of different demographics.
And can I tell you something else? Your artwork is not controversial, which is very nice. Because I got to tell you, man,
Well,
it's
actually,
like
we had a little bit of controversy over it.
Really?
no,
Oh,
not in that.
we're gonna go after
Not
you.
that way.
I'll ref the
But what I'm
fight.
saying is, here's what I'm saying, is that like a lot of the young artists in this town do stuff that's like, button pushing. 'Cause that's what a lot of young people like to do. They like to push buttons, push the envelope, see what's what. So there's a lot of, like boobs and skulls and FUs and this and that,
Yeah.
right?
Well, where I went to college, I was trained by someone that was very old school.
Yeah.
They grew up in that style where it's like your work has to be very professional, has to be properly done, and has to go through the right channels.
Right.
And in that way, it weeded out a lot of that. So I never really was drawn to that
Yeah.
because of my education. I'm sure there are people who are. It's a very street art, very modern kind of rage against the system thing, which has its value for sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fit into a fine sort of. You're limited to who you can appeal to.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why.
That's what you're feeling. That's what you're feeling.
why when I met you, I was talking about it. It's
Yeah.
like what's very difficult for me is I like to have art in my office, but it's like very hard to find art that's not controversial that appeals to my eye because I come from a certain aesthetic, this kind of rock and roll aesthetic,
Right.
Where
Like
it's like
that
an
A lot of it's very angry. A lot of it's offensive.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to this. This is just parenthetical.
Okay.
Listen to this, Ellie.
Sure.
This is Christmas. Was this Christmas time?
I think it's your birthday.
My birthday?
I don't know what the
She
story
already
is.
knows what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's my birthday.
Okay.
So I work. I am a dual diagnosis counselor. People that have mental health issues as well as substance abuse disorders. That's the important part. So all of my clients have substance use disorders, right?
Okay.
All of my clients,
I know this.
right?
Okay.
Stacy, for my birthday, buys me a clock to put in my office.
He
That.
And
just
the
started
clock-
at this office.
And he just started the job,
Okay.
like a couple weeks ago. She gives me this big clock, right?
Okay.
Here's what it says on it. In big letters. It says dope. That's what she
In
gave me.
cheetah print.
It's
It was dope.
Right? See,
I'll
that's
take the
not-
clock if you want. I mean.
No, we hung it in our radio station, but
Oh, okay.
it's not.
Perfect.
You can see how that wouldn't be appropriate for my
Right.
particular office.
Right.
And that's why when I stumbled upon your art, I said, this is great because I enjoy your
You
art.
haven't seen my dope drawings.
Well, that's true.
I mean-
that's true.
So what he's saying is your art replaced the birthday present I got him.
so
in his
sorry.
At
office.
least.
Dude, this became personal. I'm staying out of this one. I
it's
think.
great, and that's what I'm saying. It's the beauty of Eli Portman's art is that you can hang it in your office, or you can hang it at home. Either way, it's going to work.
A lot of the scenes that I'm drawn to are, I think, a lot of things that we can all relate to as
Yeah.
people who live here and who walk by these things every day.
Right.
A part of my artistic personal mission is I try to go for scenes that we walk by all the time and never really have time to look at.
Yeah.
And so, they're relevant and they're relatable and they don't necessarily have to be offensive.
Yeah,
So.
and here's the other thing that I think is important, and this is one of the reasons that I brought you on is because, so I saw your art, I enjoyed your art, I bought some of your art, it's hanging on my wall.
I'm honored.
There used to be, in this world, there was the artist class, right? There were people who are artists and craftsmen, and that's what they did, and that's what they did for a living, right? So suddenly we live in this world where everybody thinks that art and music and film and all this stuff is free somehow, So they don't really feel the need to pay people for making all this art. And I would really like to see if we can do something about that to remind people about like all the work that goes into what you guys do, and to be able to, if you enjoy it,
The art crisis is yet just another crisis in this
Yeah, I know.
absolutely wildfire of a town. we live in.
Exactly. It's just an arts crisis in
Especially in
general.
Cambridge where there's a
They're
lot of
joined
back and
together.
forth.
Yeah. And that's like,
appreciate it.
I was just in Austin, and in Austin, like the art is everywhere, They care a lot more about the art there. It's like here we have Out of the Blue, and that's basically it. So
Yeah.
everybody is crammed into this one tiny space, man.
There's not as much, yeah. It's disappointing, especially because we have so many art students here.
Right.
So, between that and the local art population, there's just a lot of, there are less opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's limited. It's unfortunate.
So there's something we got to do about that. But I, on a very basic level, what I'm saying is if you find art that you enjoy by local artists, please go to places like Black Arts and what's the other one, SOA?
SOA Arts Fair.
I've never been to
That
that
one
one,
just
but-
ended for the season.
Yeah.
So,
But go to these places and buy artwork.
yeah, there's
Buy-
a reason it exists, and the reason it's existing and continues to change, and it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to serve the typical function that other products do for it to be of extreme value.
What is the most you've charged for a drawing?
I'm hopefully in the process of selling one for $900.
Wow!
But let's hope I can double that.
Incredible. You know what I've seen is a lot of art stuff at like music festivals.
It tends to
We
go
actually
together.
bought a bunch at one.
Yeah, we did.
Star Lab Fest. So.
Nice.
That's the way to go. I mean, it's like you have to combine these sort of things just because there's no specific place to
Right.
go, you know?
Well,
so,
often where you display your work, it has a lot to do with the environment. It has to do with the audience.
Yeah.
So, if you go where people are and you go where people that are interested already, and then, music
Right.
artists go together. So
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
So.
So what do you have coming up? Do you have any shows coming up?
I have a couple. Well, right now my work's hanging at the Brookline Booksmith, if you know that one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's there, and that'll be there through January. We'll be having a reception early January. Still working on the date for that one. I'm having a show at the Newton Library, but that won't be until like May of next year.
Okay.
I have a couple other little cafe shows rotating. My work was at Cafe Nation in Brighton. That just moved. Nothing else at the moment.
Is that a good gig for an artist to get your stuff up at
cafes?
At a cafe?
I actually have some at the Harvard Licks, the Harvard Square JP Licks. It's good.
Here's what I was thinking about it though.
Okay.
I was just thinking about it the other day because I was thinking about the one that's near our work that we go to, Boston Common, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have that big kind of painting
Yeah.
with the mask there. It's
Yeah, you like
I don't
that
know.
one? There's
one?
been a couple there that I really like.
It's not even that I like it that much. It's like $2,500 or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, anybody could spill their coffee on this thing at any moment.
It's interesting. I usually put my cheaper stuff there because, in addition to the value, no one's going to walk into a cafe and be like, "I bought $5 for my coffee and $2,500
Right,
for art."
exactly.
It doesn't in terms of environment, right? Like what we're saying
Any
before.
issues with theft?
I don't know if I've ever had issues with theft personally. I've had like ketchup stains and
Ketchup stain.
Yeah,
People
that
are at the very least sneezing on your.
Right.
on
I
your-
got crank calls because I left my business card out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to teach it in middle school, and some kids found my cards and
Wow.
started calling me.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
It was
for one time.
for a little bit, depending on what I was in the middle of doing. But
But for the most part, you're right. I mean, so if you have a painting up there for $600 and somebody's buying a $2 coffee, they're not going to go.
right.
That's what I needed.
So it's funny because you'd be surprised. It's actually good traffic because people are always walking in and out of those places if they have good business. So it's a good way to get your work on the walls. And I've done other things where people have come up to me and said like, "Hey, I saw your art in this cafe, and the style is very recognizable. So
Yeah.
can you tell me more about this?" I closed a sale a couple months ago where someone saw a $400 piece, and then they ran into me out of the blue, and I went over with them an hour later and sold them the piece at the JPLX.
That's fantastic.
So it kind of depends, but it's worth it to have it out there and not in my house. And sometimes it happens, and sometimes it's just a good way for people to see it.
Do you feel like you have to be a good salesman sometimes? Because you just
Yeah.
closed the sale, and it was a very like.
Yeah,
Businessy,
Right, yeah.
It helps when you can talk about it. If
Yeah.
I'm there to talk about my work, because you see a piece, but if you went to the MFA and every single historical artist was standing next to their art, it would be so much more interesting.
Yeah.
They make it so boring. They have these
Right.
boring place cards and the little. But if you're there and you can talk to this artist and they can say, "Yeah, this was based on a war in my time," or this or that, it adds so much more, and it's so much more relatable that way because art is from the human experience.
Right.
I used to feel so obligated every time I went to a museum that like to prove that I was really there, like to read all the stuff. And now I'm an adult and I realize I'm just gonna read the stuff that calls to me.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to read every single thing.
Because then you
I
kill it
had
for
to.
yourself.
The
It just
info
ruins
is
it.
usually crap anyway. They're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, he was born here. I don't care when he was
Yeah, it's
born.
like, what does this have to do with
You would
anything?
have better luck just keeping your phone with you and Googling each piece as you went by and
That's
finding
exactly right. All right, Stace, were you going to show? There you go. This is Ellie's website. See, it's ELI. See, it's
My full name's Elliot.
Right,
if that
okay,
helps.
Elliot.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
You can do that.
Eli Portman, artist. That is his website. You can go to it. You can see a bunch of his art. Can you buy some of your art there?
You can buy some at the store page. You can email me for anything that's listed as available. If it's not available, I can
Right.
make you another one.
And let's phone cases. He's got phone
Yep,
cases.
I have a new
cool.
merch line on Redbubble, so the links are there.
Fantastic.
Yep.
How much for a phone case?
I think they're 25.
That's affordable.
Yeah. Decently. That one's not through me, so that's through another service, and they just print it for me.
And also remember that you can go over to Out of the Blue, 2 to 6, Monday through Friday. Meet this guy. Check out his art.
Come meet me.
Ellie, I want to thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
Love your art. And I think everybody should check it out and support art in this town. It's very important because art is life, man. That's for sure. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week on the Sleazegrinder Supershow.